Intro, Modern Life, Ancient Wisdom, Stoicism Today. Hey there, quick question. Have you ever felt like your brain's got 47 tabs open and one of them is playing music, but you can't figure out which? Yeah, welcome to modern life. We're living in the age of digital overload, where your phone buzzes more than a beehive, expectations are sky high, and somehow it feels like you're falling behind, even when you're doing everything right. But here's the twist. Over 2,000 years ago, a group of ancient thinkers, the Stoics, were already onto something. They didn't have smartphones or social media, but they did know a thing or two about staying calm in chaos, letting go of what doesn't matter and focusing on what does. In this video, we're diving into 10 timeless Stoic principles that'll help you stop sweating the small stuff and start living with more clarity, purpose, and peace of mind. It's not about tuning out, it's about tuning in to what really matters. Ready to simplify your mindset? Let's get into it. Let me ask you something. Ever had one of those days where everything seems to go sideways? You finally sit down with a fresh cup of coffee and boom, your dog knocks it over, or your pizza shows up cold, and suddenly the whole day feels ruined. Now here's a Stoic truth to chew on, from the philosopher Seneca. We suffer more in imagination than in reality. Think about that. The coffee spill, the cold pizza, the delayed Zoom call. Those things aren't what truly stress us out. It's our reaction to them. See, Stoicism teaches us this. You can't control everything that happens around you, but you can control how you respond. That's your power. That's your freedom. So the next time life throws you a curveball, big or small, pause, breathe, and remember, your reaction is a choice. You can either fuel the fire or let it burn out before it starts. What will you choose next time? Let me paint you a picture. You're at dinner with your family, but your mind's racing through tomorrow's to-do list. Or maybe you're walking in the park, but instead of feeling the breeze, you're scrolling through emails. Sound familiar? Marcus Aurelius, Roman emperor and Stoic philosopher, had something powerful to say about this. Do not let the future disturb you. You will meet it, if you have to, with the same weapons of reason which today arm you. In other words, stop borrowing stress from tomorrow. In our fast-paced, notification-packed world, the present moment is slipping through our fingers, but the truth is, now is all we ever really have. So next time you're eating a meal, try tasting every bite. When someone talks to you, really listen. Watch the sky change colors. Hear the birds. That's life happening, not in the past, not in the future, but right here. What would your day feel like if you actually lived it? One mindful moment at a time. Let me ask you something. When was the last time life threw you a curveball? A job ended. A relationship shifted. Plans fell apart. It's uncomfortable, right? We tend to resist change like it's the enemy. But what if change was actually our greatest teacher? Epictetus, one of the great Stoic minds, said it best. It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. Life is in constant motion, just like a river. Seasons shift, people grow. Even the strongest oak tree has to sway with the wind. Fighting change only exhausts us. But embracing it, that's where freedom begins. Think about it. Some of the most beautiful moments in your life probably came from things you never planned. A detour that became a breakthrough. A loss that made room for something better. So instead of asking, why is this happening to me? Ask, what is this trying to teach me? Because change is in chaos. It's nature, doing what it does best, helping us evolve. Let's be honest. How often do you check your phone just to see if someone liked what you posted? It's okay, we've all been there. In a world of hearts, shares, and follower counts, it's easy to start believing that our worth depends on how others react to us. But Epictetus reminds us, we suffer more from imagination than from reality. Most of the anxiety we feel isn't because of what is, but what we think others might think. Here's the truth. Your value isn't measured in likes or retweets. It's measured in integrity, in how you treat people, in the quiet things you do when no one's watching. Stoicism teaches us to focus on what we can control, Our thoughts, our actions, our values. Social media, that's noise. Validation from strangers online, that fades. So instead of chasing applause, ask yourself, would I be proud of this even if no one saw it? That's real confidence. That's freedom. Have you ever lost something or someone and felt like the ground disappeared beneath you? It's one of life's hardest truths. Everything we love, everything we hold on to is temporary, but that doesn't make it meaningless. Marcus Aurelius once said, "Loss is nothing but change." And that single sentence changed the way I see grief, endings, and even goodbyes. You see, life moves in seasons, just like nature. There's birth, growth, fading, and loss. The Stoics didn't fight this truth. They embraced it, because once you realize that everything changes, you start to value what you have right now more deeply. You hug a little tighter, you listen a little longer, you love a little harder. Loss doesn't mean something went wrong. It means life is simply doing what life does. And in that cycle, there's beauty. So don't cling. Don't resist. Just live fully. Love without holding back. And when the season shifts, let go with grace. That's strength. That's stoicism. Ever had one of those days where everything goes wrong? The boss piles on extra work, the bills hit harder than expected, and to top it off, you miss your train. Again. It's easy to get frustrated. But what if I told you these moments aren't just annoyances? They're training. Seneca, the Stoic philosopher, once said, "Difficulties strengthen the mind, just as labor strengthens the body." And the more I sit with that idea, the more I realize life throws us challenges not to break us, but to build us. Think about it. When do you grow most as a person? When things are easy, or when you're forced to adapt? Stay calm, or push through discomfort. Every stressful moment is a kind of mental gym. It's where you build emotional resilience, clarity, and strength. So next time life throws a curveball, pause and ask, what is this here to teach me? That mindset, more than anything, can turn pain into power. Let me ask you something. How much is enough? A bigger house? A faster car? More zeros in your bank account? Seneca, one of the great Stoic thinkers, once said, "A poor man isn't the one who has little, but the one who always wants more." And in our modern world where everything is screaming, "Buy this, you'll finally be happy," it's easy to forget that real wealth isn't about having more. It's about needing less. Think about the moments that made you feel truly alive. Laughing over dinner with friends, watching your kid take their first steps, feeling the breeze on a quiet morning walk. None of those required a credit card. True happiness comes from inner richness, contentment, connection, gratitude. So instead of chasing things that fade, why not invest in what truly lasts? Your values, your memories, and the people you love. That's the kind of wealth no market crash can ever take away. Let's be honest. Sometimes life throws you a curveball. The promotion goes to someone else. The relationship ends. Plans fall apart. And our first instinct? Why me? But the Stoic philosopher Epictetus offers a radically different perspective. He said, don't just accept what happens, wish for it to happen just as it did. Now that's a tough pill to swallow, right? But here's the wisdom behind it. When we fight reality, we suffer twice. Once from the event itself, and again from our resistance to it. So what if instead we asked, what if this is exactly what I needed? What if that setback is leading you to something better, or shaping you into someone stronger? Stoicism teaches us not to be passive, but to be at peace, with the moment, with what is. Not everything is under our control, but how we meet life, that's entirely ours. And when we stop fighting fate, we might just find the freedom we've been looking for. Here's something Stoicism gets absolutely right, but we often forget in modern life. We don't live just for ourselves. Seneca, one of the great Stoic minds, once said, "We are waves of the same sea, leaves of the same tree, flowers of the same garden." Beautiful, right? Yet in a world that glorifies personal success, hustle culture, and me-first thinking, we can lose sight of that simple truth. We're deeply connected. Stoicism isn't just about inner peace or self-mastery. It's about how we show up for others. It's holding the door open. It's checking in on a friend. It's volunteering even when no one's watching. Because serving others doesn't just help them, it transforms us. It gives our lives depth. It reminds us that our time, our energy, our compassion actually matter. So ask yourself, what's one small thing you can do today to lift someone else? It may seem small, but in the Stoic sense, it's everything. Let me ask you something simple, but powerful. When was the last time you paused just to think about how you're living? Marcus Aurelius said, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts." In a world that moves faster than ever, emails, deadlines, distractions, we rarely stop to check in with ourselves. But Stoicism teaches us, self-reflection isn't optional, it's essential. Think of it like updating the software of your mind. Every evening ask, did I act with integrity today? What triggered me and why? What can I do better tomorrow? This habit of checking in, learning, and adjusting isn't about guilt or perfection. It's about growth. Just like a pilot needs to course correct mid-flight, we need to fine-tune our direction regularly. Otherwise, we might end up somewhere we never meant to go. So tonight, before the noise starts again, take 5 quiet minutes. Reflect, because a better life begins with better awareness. Here's the truth. Stoicism isn't about shutting down your emotions. It's about rising above them with clarity, strength, and purpose. In a world that's chaotic, uncertain, and often overwhelming, Stoicism offers us a quiet compass. It reminds us you don't control the storm, but you can anchor your soul. So whether it's embracing the present, letting go of external approval, or facing hardship with grace, these aren't just ancient ideas, they're daily choices. Now I want to hear from you. Which Stoic principle spoke to you the most today? How are you going to apply it in your life starting now? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Let's grow together, because wisdom is meant to be shared. And if this journey moves something in you, subscribe, follow, stay with us. This isn't the end, it's just the beginning of a more intentional, empowered life. Because in a noisy world, living with purpose is a quiet rebellion. And Stoicism, it's your guide.